congratulations on making it to the next step. As you know, you're competing for a design job with Brown Shoe. Your 3 minutes begins now.
I decided to do a wedge heel. As she would walk, you get that sense of pop color.
Monochromatic and also a mixture of textures.
I also handmade the wooden heel and the platform.
Are you a woodworker?
Well, this is what I got help from another student.
So somebody else made the heel.
Flower pattern, which is typical prints for the replica tailors. And then it would snap off like a jacket.
Interesting.
It's going to be a lot tougher for this group than they think it is. That's why I think these challenges being tough is actually a good thing. It'll prep them for their career.
I think what separates a great shoe designer is the real understanding of apparel and the importance of shoes to clothing.
I thought there was a lot of creativity. Sometimes a little too much, because sometimes a shoe has to be a little bit simpler. But I think that it was very impressive what the kids did.
I think it's very exciting. It's always exciting a new generation of designers come through because that's the future of fashion for us. And I think they showed a lot of individuality, which I think is super important.
All of this work and time and pressure all comes to a halt, and then somebody doesn't get to continue.
Okay, so what did we think of Kina's shoe?
There are aspects of it that I thought she really captured the brand, like the print lining. Her sculptural platform was beautiful. The lacing it was a bit lost on me.
My gut on 70s, I love the lacing. I think the lacing is period. It's too high.
Yeah, I don't know how anyone would
high?
wear it, to be honest, but
It's
I
too
think
high.
it's beautiful. Well, real shoemakers, and Sam has certainly been in the shoe business a long time, are going to look at a shoe's practical elements and, you know, decide if it's actually going to work on someone's foot.
I really like Kina's shoe. I thought that was really cool and whimsical.
Matthew.
Very well thought out.
I thought for a menswear designer, I thought he did a good job.
I like doing men's footwear, so it's like doing like a 5-inch heel. I was just like, oh geez.
I'm a big fan of a color on the bottom.
Yeah.
When you're walking down the runway, walking away from the cameras, whether the shoe fits with the vibe, I'm not so sure, but I think it's a great shoe.
One of the things that they're going to be asked to do as designers is to interpret other people's aesthetic. So it's really important that they get Rebecca's vibe.
He was more concerned about making us comfortable, I think, than the girls were. That's
Because
the
he
only
works
one.
retail. I have one question. Have you ever worked retail?
Yes,
Yeah?
yes.
But it's ironic that the boy addressed comfort.
Matthew sells shoes, and he knows, you know, how important it is for them to be comfortable.
Matthew, he's my biggest competition. I feel like having him in the competition will keep me on my feet and keep me on my toes and keep me trying to push the edge as well.
So what do you all think about Shannon's convertible shoe?
In my 30 years, I have never seen convertible work. In the stores, they're going to pull those off,
Lose it.
They
and
hate
they're going to
it.
steal them.
I was a little disappointed. I kind of wanted to see the shoe that Shannon had won the challenge with.
I didn't want to just be roughly again. I did the roughly thing. It worked. Gotta move on and try something else.
I honestly like her heel, and I like her platform. I like her energy as a person.
Yes.
When she put the fur on it, I was disappointed.
If you take the fur off,
Yeah.
maybe we'd like it better. As creative as they want to be, it really has to work with the outfit.
Okay, Maggie.
I thought it had, you know, some of the elements that I thought that speak to you.
And it's nice, the structural ruffle in the leather, it gives it a nice three-dimensional quality.
You know, I felt like there's a little too much going on, to be honest. I wish she had pared a couple things down.
It's got sweater, it's got ruffles, it's got snake, it's got 4 kinds of laces, and it's got a bow across the front.
I thought maybe it was like a little bit too modern. It wasn't too feminine, so.
Okay, so Hyojin.
One of the few designers to do the heavy platform, more of a sexy Studio 54 vibe. Out of them all, it could be the easier one to put with the dresses.
Interesting.
The problem with the pattern in footwear is really, when I look at that shoe, be careful what you wear it with.
Makes it very specific.
It's too hard to get on with that
Yeah.
thing in the back. You just
I
stick your
honestly
foot in
don't
and then
know how you would get
Actually,
it
it
on.
I was
probably
trying
is
to
not
think
going to
about it.
fit at all. It's going to
Yeah.
hurt.
I really liked Hyojin's. I don't know if that's really what Rebecca Taylor is looking for. Personally, I liked her design.
Let's move on to Rachel. Clunk. I gotta say, I didn't love it. I thought it was actually a little Halloween-y.
Without the orange piping, I think if it was all in black, you know, I could see some girls sporting that.
She used a similar copper color that I used in my collection. And I feel like even though we're two different designers, somehow our shoes could have sat together in a window and still been cohesive to Rebecca Taylor.
Rachel also made her own box, you might add.
I love the box with the lace.
Yeah.
The box, I wanted to do something too that I thought would be really cute with her style. And so I took like the lace that was on mine and kind of like added it to Photoshop and backdropped it.
That's her own style, that's her own thing. Like, she's making a statement that way, and I really want to be about the design of the footwear. It's about the shoes.
Rachel is highly competitive, so she was obviously trying to get a leg up on everybody else. So are we ready to make a decision?
We are.
Yep.
I didn't get a sense from any of the judges on who they favored, who they didn't like.
It's too high.
I was a little disappointed.
I liked it.
That's beautiful.
Welcome back. Your scores have been tallied. Michael?
So we thought we'd give you a little bit of feedback from each of the judges. So I'm going to start with Rebecca.
Matthew, we thought the bright blue was gorgeous. I particularly like, and I know all us girls will agree, the silicone in the inside here. Us girls should be looking out for that. Looking back at your sketches, you had a bit of fur, and I feel like a little bit of fur could have been cute just to tie it back, but very nice.
Thank you.
Shannon, I was very surprised after seeing the shoe you did here, how it translated to the shoe you did here. There was a lot going on with this shoe, and I think your first instincts are probably really good, and it's easy to over-design sometimes.
Kina, beautiful to look at. Love the color blocking. Maybe it might be a little uncomfortable, really couldn't walk in it, but it was a good idea.
Rachel, we discussed the fact you got help on your heel, but it was ingenious on your part to get help. The juxtaposition of the materials, I like that. A little complicated with the color. I think the color threw us off a little bit.
Thank you.
Hyojin. I think we felt that this shoe came very, very close to the Rebecca Taylor vibe. However, there were a couple negatives. One is it was a little bit old lady. It needed to be a little bit more fun, but a good attempt and more sophisticated than the others. Maggie, a little mixed on this. I think there are a lot of good ideas there. I have to tell you the sketch for this shoe was far stronger than the actual finished shoe. There's a little too much going on. A lot of good ideas, just over-designed. Okay, so this is the moment that you've all been waiting for. We'll start with the good news first. The winner of the first challenge, the person who took the best step, as we say, is...
Please pick me.
I think like all of us, like we have like different idea and then different design. So I don't know what aspect like they want to see from us.
Matthew. Congratulations, Matthew. Seeing Matthew win tonight was surprising on a number of fronts, but I have to say he went for simple elegance, and that won out. And now, as you know, we have to announce the person who's taken the last step. The person getting the boot tonight is...
I might put like Shannon's at the bottom just for how far out there it was.
If I was just looking at the design, it would probably be Hyojin, just because it's a sandal. It doesn't translate as well, in my eyes, to fall.
Maggie. Maggie, we congratulate you on all your hard work, and we're sorry to see you go.
I live for competition. Once I set my mind to something, I go and I put my heart and soul into it.
I think Maggie, she like came out of the womb designing shoes. She's on fire, so she's probably gonna make the top.
So you can win this?
I believe I can win this, yes.
Maggie is a very strong-minded young woman.
Maggie is like very determined.
Maggie! Woo!
This is kind of neat because she's getting a chance to live her passion.
I can definitely do more than this. I would love the opportunity to work for Brown Shoe. With me, you're not only going to get a designer, I fully will understand the business end as well. I'm surprised, but I gotta say I'm not disappointed in the sense that I'm still very confident in what I showed.
You know, Maggie is driven, and that drive will take her far. I'm pretty convinced that she will go somewhere.
Sometimes you know, what you like doesn't always play out in your favor.
Challenge 2 begins tomorrow morning. All I can tell you is that tomorrow you need to make sure you dress comfortably.
I've never done anything like that before.
Your time starts now.
So we have a little twist in our challenge.
This episode was sponsored by Sam Edelman, a Brown Shoe brand.